Welcome back to Morning Markets on Thursday the 14th of April. As you can see from our studio, this week we're doing an Easter special, so please do tune into our Easter special podcast later today. Here on Morning Markets, yesterday the team brought us up to speed on the inflation prints from the US and the UK, which demonstrated prints of 8.5 and 7% respectively, which are multi-decade highs. The main inputs were higher fuel prices and higher food prices. To build on this, yesterday we received an update on the US Producer Prices Index. The index is purely measuring the price of goods as they leave the producer, so it's stripping out any taxes or transport costs or margins from any intermediaries. For March, the index reported a 1.4% increase month over month, which is 11.2% when we compare that to March of 2021, which is the biggest month-on-month increase which we've seen on record. Even if we strip out energy costs and food prices, which are the more volatile component, the core index demonstrated a 1% increase over the month and 9.2% over the year. Essentially, the measure is showing the impact which supply chain disruption is having following the aggression of Russia into Ukraine. As Chris highlighted, economists are expecting over the coming quarters to see a peak in inflation in the US and some easing to occur as supply chain efficiencies come through, but also as central banks act to moderate the increase by cooling demand, essentially, which is running very hot at this point in time. For stock markets, it was a strong day led by the US as we kick off the earnings season for the first quarter. By earnings, we're referring to the profit which is available for shareholders. As we come into the earnings season, expectations are positive. Most more cautious analysts are currently expecting year-on-year earnings growth for that quarter of 4.5%. Yesterday, we had JP Morgan reporting, so JP Morgan being a US international investment bank. They reported profits, so profit, but also revenue growth, but unfortunately they missed their expectations. The reason for this was trading in terms of the investment bank activity was actually lower through the quarter, just given some of the concern over the political situation which we have within Europe. Airline share prices were positive. They were up across the sector around 5% on the day. Essentially what we're seeing here is a pickup through March, and the outlook for the second quarter is positive around bookings. So they're seeing a real increase in bookings. Despite the backdrop of rising costs, there is demand out there for consumers to use airlines to get away on holiday, which is helping airlines offset some of the rise in fuel prices which we're seeing. Later today, we'll hear from the European Central Bank in regards to their decision on monetary policy, and we look forward to bringing you up to date on that next week. But what does this all mean for investors? Well, higher inflation is something which we've been discussing for a number of months now. Our anticipation is we will see a moderation as we move through the year. However, given the dynamic inputs of inflation, the situation remains one to be carefully managed by investment professionals. Whilst rising costs have broad implications, taking stocks and shares as just one example of an asset class, we'll build a stronger sense of this as we move through the earnings season. What we are seeing is there are sectors which are proven to have a stronger ability to weather higher input costs, to pass on these earnings to consumers, and therefore maintain margins and profitability, giving us tools to put investors in the best possible place with regards to their investments to deliver in a risk-managed way. That's all from me today. We look forward to bringing you up to date here next week on Morning Markets. Thank you for watching.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to the channel on your desktop or through the YouTube app on your phone and click the subscribe button. You can then press the notification bell symbol if you wish to be notified as and when new videos are released. Doing this is a great way to keep yourself updated with market developments and personal finance insights. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and we look forward to continuing to help you do more with your money.